Right, I mean, that's every room explored in here, right?
Yeah.
Now.
I think we've completed the internet.
The internet has been finished.
Yeah, I have read all of it.
I guess that'll come in handy on the next screen.
Yeah, probably.
I'll just overwrite that. I think we're pretty safe. Right. Let's go.
This is a big old place with a lot of weird rooms.
Whatever's in there is extremely cold. It could be liquid nitrogen. The computer is controlling the tank and displaying its readings on the monitor. Pressing the keys has no effect.
Of course not.
There are strands of tissue suspended in this tank. Whoa, the liquid in the tank has burned my hand.
Wow!
What a reaction.
The good old metal bar.
No. I don't know if this has anything to actually be solved, or if it's just loads of stuff.
I don't know, man. Is there any drawers to be opened? Oh, hang on. What's next to that tank? That's awful. On the other side, next to the door, between the tank and the door, there's like, yeah, that's it. Wow.
Surgical steel.
Right, but now what do we do with that?
We freeze it, right?
Guess so. But what are we doing with it?
The tissue is frozen now.
Now we've got a piece of frozen tissue.
We didn't have anything.
Is that door open? Could we just leave?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, whatever, man.
But
I don't
clearly
know.
we picked this stuff up.
Oh, hello.
It's a fully formed android body. A computer for each of these androids.
Look at it. Okay, development program, character board not installed. Reflector multifunctions nil. Character data nil. Okay. RNM program not present. RNM functions undefined.
So you need to do the first one before you do the second, before you can do the third.
Okay. So this is a no-go.
So we need to do something. Give them motor functions.
I mean, we need to look at each of them.
It's a fully...
Yeah, so that's got RNM functions, no character data and no character board. Board suggests circuit board, right? Like we've got.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to make a Joey. Okay, so we need the character board in him.
So I guess in theory we could what?
Can we... I think I saw... Yeah, can we open that? Board in there?
For God's sake.
Okay, let's try starting him up. Okay.
How do you feel, Joey?
I'm not entirely sure, sir. I feel soft and curiously vulnerable.
That's because you're practically human.
And this feeling of insecurity is natural?
Oh yeah, you'll get used to it.
By the way, sir, take my advice. Don't wake the other androids.
Why not?
If they've been programmed, they'll terminate you.
Okay. So maybe that one.
You need a new name.
What?
You can't be Joey if you're a human.
Yeah, Joey's not a human name. No one's called Joey.
No, not a single person.
I think you need a new name, Joey.
I concur with your observation, Mr. Foster. What do you consider an appropriate sobriquet?
I'm gonna call you Ken.
That's wonderful news, sir. Tell me, are there any memorable Kens in history? A Ken whom I might seek to emulate?
All the Kens I can think of were dorks.
Splendid! It will be my mission in life to make the name Ken synonymous with dorks.
About Ken from Street Fighter.
How do you like your new body?
It's wonderful, sir. There's just one
I
thing.
thought it was maybe like a Ken doll
What's that?
reference or something.
When will I be
Oh
getting
yeah.
accessories?
I don't know what you mean.
Ears, body hair, those little decorative parts?
You're better off without them, believe me. Thanks for saving me from the android.
My actions were the only logical course. What I cannot comprehend is how an android could behave in such an irrational manner. Why, it was almost as if he was human.
What did he mean by a family reunion?
Since your mother was killed, that leaves only...
My father.
You never speak of him, do you?
That's because I can't remember him.
Can't or won't, sir?
Are we close to Link's core?
Almost certainly, sir.
Mm.
I can sense its presence in a strange and mysterious way.
Like the old man. The pictures in the campfire. He saw it too. The evil beneath the city. And then he died with the rest of the tribe.
This isn't the time for remorse, sir. You must destroy the evil and avenge their deaths.
Never mind.
Those endings are really weird.
Right.
Well, like because they have no like link to the fact that you've had a conversation at all. Like in a way, it would make more sense to be like to use that if you didn't say anything, but then once you do, to switch it to something a little bit less insane.
Yeah.
Oh, why is everything covered in horrible like veins? I think I hate
I'm
them.
obviously supposed to put my hand on that. That tickles.
Oh, look.
That tickles.
There are
Okay.
panels.
Place your hand on that lock sensor.
With pleasure, sir.
Oh, am I,
That tickles.
am I doing the one he wants?
Yeah.
Hey, Rubber Man! What's wrong with you?
I appear to have a problem, sir. My hand has melted onto the door.
I don't like to leave you here.
I'll be free in no time, sir. Have you got an axe?
No, I haven't. Why?
You could have used it to sever my hand.
That's unthinkable. Still stuck?
I'm afraid so, sir. It's frustrating, to say the least.
Never mind.
Right.
Right.
So we're leaving him here. He didn't last very long.
No. That's weird.
Completely solid. It's what keeps the pipes in place.
What are you doing?
I don't know, I just assume if I can interact with something, I'm supposed to do something about it.
Probably.
It's supplying nourishment to that organism.
What is this?
It's supplying... It's sucking and stretching out for nourishment.
This is grim.
Can you? Did you hit the orifice?
Not that one, not that time, I didn't. Hmm?
I mean, with
That's
the tongs.
the last place I want to end up. Nothing seems to have happened.
Huh.
Must need to do something with whatever I've got in the I must have to do something specifically to the bit of meat I get or whatever. So if you have the option of dropping it, you must be able to like put something in it.
But what?
I was gonna say you could put the virus in it, but it doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, that's true. Like, how is the virus actually manifested in the real world?
Oh wait, there's a tank there.
It was the next room, wasn't it?
It's storage. For what? I couldn't guess.
Oh well. Right.
Pressing the keys has no effect. The computer is displaying its readings on the monitor. Nothing seems to have happened.
Like, yeah, we need to use that card.
This one?
Yeah, because it's got the virus on it, doesn't it?
The virus has
cool.
caused the program to crash. Pressing the keys has no effect.
So do you think that's poisoned that meat?
I mean, that's practically impossible to tell. But I guess we'll go for it. Why do we need to freeze it?
I guess because it will die out of the stuff unless it's frozen like a
The tissue is frozen now.
fish finger.
Lovely.
You can't eat fish fingers if they're not. Well, I was going to say if they're not frozen.
They're not frozen.
You can only eat frozen fish
Only
fingers.
frozen.
I gotta love that crunch, that breadcrumb crunch.
Well, the whole thing is crunchy, really, at that point. It's not just the breadcrumb.
It's a lovely fishy lolly.
Ugh. That's gross. Really unpleasant.
What's that pipe support for?
No clue.
What happens if you look at it? It just said it's hard.
It's what keeps the pipes in place.
Right click is what said it's completely solid.
What about the rope?
Nice. Good shout.
But what would...
I guess it's after we've sealed this thing.
I bet it blows up or something. Oh,
Yes, I've poisoned the sludge.
and that opened the door.
Yes.
That's how it works.
That doesn't make any sense.
Rats! I can't climb to the cable from here.
I mean, it looks
What?
like you could really easily climb to the
Knots too
tank.
tangled to untie.
Like,
What?
if anything, it would be easier to do this than what I
Is he
think
suggesting
it's...
we have to go down and then jump to it? That's wild.
It's got to swing and jump.
He's gonna swing and jump.
Use the
This could
momentum.
be the second most stupid thing I've ever done.
Well, considering you can climb to it from the top, it is extremely stupid.
Hello.
Father?
Is that Robert? Oh, my son. Why did you come here?
I thought you'd be glad to see me.
I did everything I could to stop you. You're in terrible danger. Get away.
I'm taking you with me. How do I disconnect you from the machine?
Listen to me. Link needs a replacement for my brain. And the best choice was someone related by blood. It sent Reich and his goons to bring you here. Link killed Reich when he threatened you.
But if Link wanted me alive, why did it wreck the helicopter?
That was my doing, Robert. I managed to wrest control from Link for a few seconds. Long enough to cause the crash. I hope to spare you my fate, Robert.
Ken, you're just in time.
I thought you might need a hand, sir. I've got a bad feeling about this, sir.
What happened, Father?
Link has rejected me. And without it, I'll die.
What do you want to do?
Didn't have much time there.
Are you all right, sir?
Do I look all right?
That was a very long help.
Mr. Foster?
Foster is no more. I am Link. I am the future.
Oh dear.
Right. That's annoying, right. I'll save before we get into that then. Do I have to? Can I get rid of this without?
I don't know. Guess give it a shot. Yeah, so you have to crash that.
Sample now.
Right. Crash it, then grab a fresh sample.
Ha! The virus has caused the program to crash. I've got a fresh sample now. The tissue is frozen now.
Right, so I have a lot of time once you swing in there.
Hmm.
So, I guess... I couldn't even think what to do.
Well, I think you have to choose what you do, basically, and there aren't that many options.
Place your hand on that lock sensor.
With pleasure, sir.
Oh,
Not
should
even
probably
giving him the
talk
time of
to him.
day.
I should probably talk to him.
Poor guy just
Hey,
stuck
Rubberhead.
there.
What's my...
I don't loud.
Have you?
No, you could have. That's on. Still,
It's...
never mind.
Our robot just exists to be killed.
Over and over and over again. Right, so I'll do this and then save.
Yeah.
Yes, I've poisoned the sludge.
That yes isn't as enthusiastic as it should be, I don't think.
Got to be pretty close, right?
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
to
I think
call
it's
it that.
the
could be
last
second
decision.
most stupid thing I've ever done.
'Cause annoyingly, my first thought I was just going to brick something,
I mean,
which I don't think is the best option.
Father?
Is
I
that
don't know,
Robert?
can you just destroy the
Oh, my
machine?
son. Why did you come here?
I thought you'd be glad to see me.
I did everything I could to stop you. You're in terrible danger. Get away.
I'm taking you with me. How do I disconnect you from the machine?
Listen to me. Link, and the best choice. It's
Oh, I
sent
can't
Link
go
you,
through
but
this.
Why did it
That was I managed long and I hoped.
Right,
Ken, you're just in time.
I thought you might need a hand, sir. I've got a bad feeling about this, sir.
What happened, Father?
Link has rejected me. And without it, I'll die.
So I guess this is
Help
the
me,
thought.
quickly!
What do you want me to do, sir?
Shut down
That's
the
not.
machine.
Surely that's.
Do you think that's advisable, sir? The Link computer controls everything in the city. A shutdown could be catastrophic.
So, I guess... Yeah. You don't want to hear his massive scream again.
No.
Much too far to jump. This could be the...
I can't get through the door that way.
Only this way. Right. I thought sit him in the chair would do something, but
Is that Robert? Why did you come? I don't wish it.
But why-
I
Ken, you're...
I've got a bad feeling about this, sir.
What happened, Father?
Link has rejected me. And without it, I'll die.
Help me, quickly!
What do you want me to do, sir?
Sit in that chair.
Are you going to plug me into Link, sir? I hope you know what you're doing. Something is happening, I think. Yes, I'm gaining control. I've found my destiny, Mr. Foster.
Can you ever forgive me, Robert?
For letting your machine kill my mother?
Please, try to understand. It was the greatest experiment ever devised, tapping the unexplored depths of the human brain, the potential of the subconscious mind.
You fused with this machine deliberately?
It was a well-considered plan, my boy.
Well considered? It was nothing but megalomania.
I had a dream. The fusion process was an apparent success, but the computer shared access to my human failings. It learned of greed, of vanity. It reveled in the power it wielded. I was almost powerless in the hands of this monster.
Which is the monster, Father? The computer or you?
Robert. Oh, Robert. You were my only reason for wanting to live.
Father? Father! Too late. It's over now.
That was a lot of emotions to get through. Father! Oh, it's okay. Never mind.
About the vacancy in the sewage grading plant, Howard. Perhaps we should assign the position to Gilbert Lamb.
Hello, Mr. Hobbins.
Hello, son. What do you want?
I've come to say goodbye.
You still plan to go back to the Gap?
Yeah, I've had it with city life. I'm certainly gonna miss you both. Why don't you come too?
We got enough to do. Getting Union City back to normal.
I reckon you'll make a great team.
Will you come back to visit us, sir?
I'm not sure about that, Ken. But I'll be thinking of you. Oh, by the way, Mr. Hobbins. Here's your wrench.
Thanks, son. I'll need that if Ken gives me any trouble.
Goodbye, friends. And thanks.
Be vigilant.
It's nice they cleared the dead bodies out of the room.
Yeah, it's nice they kind of sorted everything else out.
Oh, look at that. There we go.
Nice.
So what did you think overall?
I liked it.
Yeah?
I did like it. I think it's a good game. It's... I think it's probably a better game without the voice acting. That is very jarring.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It was my first time hearing it, and it was awful.
But it made something that I felt could have been very dystopian feeling into a little bit more, like, I don't know, zany comedy.
Well, I don't think that's entirely absent from the game itself. Like, the tone is a bit up and down. It does go sort of kooky British, and then very serious, like back and forth constantly, I think.
But I feel like that was meant to be evident in the writing as opposed to just the voice of the character saying anything.
They were just really weird voice choices, and it was two things. It's like the quality in itself wasn't great, like it was quite inconsistent. But also just weird creative choices. Like we need to make sure everyone has like a very bizarre provincial accent.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Like the guy in the suit being a surfer dude, and then lots of different regional English accents. I felt like that was literally like, that's how, the only way we can differentiate them. Which works for like, when I'm doing voices, as a rubbish man.
But as a single human.
Yeah. But I kind
of... one voice.
How dare you? I am a comedian. But yeah, I mean, for a professional product, you could tell it's like early days. And yeah, I found it really distracting. And the fact that the voice and the words didn't tie up to each other all the time, like in quite a few ways. I assume they rewrote or changed the script after recording the voices.
Yes, I would imagine there was just slight differences that came up. But yeah, I think some of the puzzles, I think most of the puzzles were fine, but I think some of the specific little bits of him, like, I mean, just one example, obviously, there was the tongs this time. I was like, that's a little bit.
Yeah, I was
hard
relying
to see
quite a lot on my memory.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I don't know how much I don't know whether I like it or dislike the fact that you had to use the same item so many times.
It comes up in some of the games where you've got like a couple of key. It's usually a wrench or a crowbar or something, because they're so useful.
Admittedly, I had forgotten it was meant to function as a crowbar.
Because we flattened it, didn't we?
No, I think we could just use it straight away as it was.
I thought we flattened it in the machine. We gave it
Well, we had to use it as a crowbar for the top upstairs door, which we couldn't go back down to the machine for because the police guy was there.
Oh,
So I think it just was a crowbar.
okay.
By default.
Oh yeah, maybe we went there and it just did the shrug animation. I can't really remember. I thought there was an application of crushing it, which actually would have made for a pretty decent puzzle. Like,
Yeah,
flatten
that
the
would have
pipe.
been quite good.
But I can't remember. I assume that then didn't happen because you can't go down the stairs.
No, you can't go back down the stairs, and you do have to pick up that wrench and then do... Oh, sorry, the pipe, and then do the door, which forces the guy to hear you, so he comes up.
Hmm. What did you think of the story in general?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it's alright.
Didn't blow you away?
Yeah, I mean... I feel like I was pretty close anyway, kind of.
That's what you were saying earlier on, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't that far away, conceptually.
Hmm.
I don't know, I feel like it feels like an interesting story if maybe it requires a little bit more fleshing out.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I think there'd be a lot more interesting sort of... I can imagine if you build up sort of like this Hobart rivalry thing, this... the sort of reasons why you're like giving them good reasons that aren't just it was a great idea. You know, and sort of building into like why they would have made a decision, how they made the decision, how it all kind of links together, just fleshing it all out a bit more.
Yeah. There's a lot of promise in there, and I think it's not really, it doesn't actually pull that off, like, fully. Because it does whip through quite quickly, and you get the idea of the world that it's building, which I really like, actually. Like I say, I find it a bit jarring, but I do like it, like it's interesting. The idea of these sort of multi-layered city is fine, the characters are fun, and I really like the graphics as well. For that era,
Yeah.
that really impressed me at the time, I remember, and I still think they look pretty good now. That sort of comic book style.
Yeah, I can't say I was particularly put off by the graphics anyway.
I just think they're really nice. It's nice to see like hand-drawn art, and it's good. It's just the end I feel is pretty rushed.
Yeah.
And goes a bit funny. Like I don't really like the nature of the puzzles. It becomes more of a avoid the death thing.
Towards the end?
Yeah, where it's just screens of being killed and killed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was weak.
Mm.
I think the light bulb thing was just a kind of...
Just to use the light bulb?
Just so that you have to use the light bulb. Which I honestly, like, considering the amount of items they gave you that you just didn't end up using anyway, I thought it was just going to be one of those.
It's a really weird puzzle because it's like, it's not hard, but the reason it's not hard is because you've just got to locate that hole, and then the only real option in your inventory is a light bulb.
Yeah.
So you're not solving anything. There's no clue or anything. There's no...
Yeah, so it just kind of seems a bit pointless.
Yeah.
Or like...
It's just a puzzle as a
just
gate.
Just a purposeful obstacle to overcome in an absolutely straight path.
Yeah, it's not very creative, I suppose. It introduces the element of danger.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it could have done without that specific enemy. Like, I think I didn't mind the fighting the android one too much. It felt like it had a bit more to it, despite being still a death thing.
Yeah.
And at least that kind of makes sense.
It's kind of weird that they...
Not fully, but sort of makes sense.
Yeah, because it's an agent that we've seen before, and he's actually giving you some information. Though really weirdly, you don't get that information through solving the puzzle. You don't get to speak to him at all until you... Yeah, I guess you will... They're banking on you dying.
Yeah, you will definitely fail once. And I think... Though I think they shouldn't have killed you at that point. I think they should have knocked you out or...
Let you run away, maybe.
Yeah, just because then there wouldn't be this weird inconsistency with this guy killing us, and then then you literally immediately get revealed that you're not allowed to be killed.
Yeah, it makes you wonder whether that's your dad again, his solution seems to be to save you by killing you.
Yeah.
Crashing the helicopter. I did that. That was me.
That was me. I'll
Son.
claim ownership over that one. All me.
I was trying to save you from a fate worse than death.
By making you experience death.
By using death. Yeah, that's the other option. That was...
I couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah. So yeah, that feels a bit... There's just loads of weird little quirks to it. Like, the relationship between Anita and yourself is really not that played out, and yet they make you feel... Well, the conversation and the wording makes it seem like they've known each other and have developed a sort of solid relationship and trust.
This is where I think that all this stuff could have really helped. Like, Rob, maybe then, I don't know, it could have been like a crash, or not a crash, and maybe Anita gets you out.
Yeah, that would be good.
And then that builds up a bit of thing, and like she'll reveal that she's like some kind of spy agent that wants to get you out, and then you can be like, okay, we'll work together to try and get me out of the city, or do whatever, or she'll be like, no, you can't leave the city, we need your help with this.
Yeah.
Like conspiracy
No,
thing.
that's a good idea, because she is a spy and she does know about Link and some of this information. She's attempting to get the virus.
I think there's little things like that could flesh out the characters as well, but I think it's just the sort of thing that would benefit from a bit of a longer game.
Yeah. Yeah, this was very short.
Yeah.
Like, this is the longest session we've done, and you had some dinner.
Yeah, I ate food in the middle of it for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. So it's only really been a few, like 4 hour and a half sessions, and I feel like they kind of whizzed through. And that again is, I think, to its strength. It's not a particularly taxing game, and it's pretty light actually.
Do we know who made the sequel? Beyond.
Yeah, it's the same people.
Is it the same
Revolution?
People?
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes me quite excited for that game actually, because I like the idea of that being more fleshed out and more like, this setting was interesting and this story was interesting, so I'd be quite interesting to see how it does with more.
Yeah,
I
agree. I'm really looking forward to trying it. It's hard to know, like, what time period is that game going to be set in? He's just gone back to the wasteland or whatever it was called, the Gap.
Yeah, the Gap, the wasteland.
But presumably he comes back.
Yeah.
I wonder how much time has passed. Do we get to see Ken / Joey and some of these other guys? Well, there's really only Hobbins left.
Yeah, there's only Hobbins left. There's Lamb. Lamb's in it still.
Lambs must be dead. He's destitute. He's got no home. We ruined his life.
We really did. We really did. We made him a D-Link.
I mean, in a way, maybe I want to see Lamb. He can keep his voice.
He's the one that could keep the same voice, his strange voice.
I hope they use the same voice actor in the new game, Beyond the Still Sky, and it's digitized in the same way. And everything else is just properly recorded.
That would be great, though awful at the same time.
It'd be really jarring.
It'd be very, very distracting.
Oh, I'm wondering if this
I hope they keep the same aesthetic. I think...
I mean, it's 3D, isn't it? So it's not going to feel...
Well, I don't mean like
you mean the design of the city?
But like city design, like thin walkways going overhead, and like these towering, kind of strange cubist blocks.
Maybe the aim of the game will be to get to the top.
Well, instead of to the bottom.
Yeah, you start from the bottom and work your way up. Yeah. That's what they called that.
That's why.
Revolution Software. Have you considered going up instead of down?